Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I am going to be trying a TikTok nail hack on how to create aqua liquid nails. I have been wanting to try liquid nails for the longest time. They have been becoming super popular. I've been seeing them all over my For You page, on Instagram, TikTok, even on YouTube, and I have wanted to try them so bad. But honestly, I was very scared just because I didn't know if I was going to be able to tackle intricate nail art like this. So I was very scared, but today I'm going to be trying it, and I was super obsessed with how these turned out. This is also my 20th birthday nail set, so I thought it would be super good. I wanted to do a birthday nail set since today is my birthday. My favorite color is blue. I, of course, wanted to do a blue nail set, and I decided I would give myself the task of tackling a aqua liquid nail. So on TikTok, I'll go ahead and pop the video up on screen so you guys can see the TikTok that I'm kind of going by or following along with. It is by Artistry Nail Supply, and in their video, they did use acrylic, but I am actually going to be changing it up because I don't really like acrylic too much, and I am going to be using gel. So basically, I'm creating liquid gel X nails or liquid press-ons, but the way I'm doing it, I'm going to leave the nail bed area clear. That way I can apply them with gel. So basically today, I'm following along with the TikTok that I popped up on screen for you guys to see. In their video, they used acrylic, but I am going to be using gel and basically just creating liquid aqua nails Gel X. So let's go ahead, jump right in. I was very excited for this. So what I'm doing here, I sized out my nail tips. I'm using full cover nail tips. They are 3XL length, and I'm starting off by taking a Sharpie and just drawing on a black line so I know where my nail bed is, because this is the area that I am going to be leaving, like not adding the little like box in feature to the nail. I'm going to be adding that to the length because I still want to apply these to my natural nails. So it isn't going to be a full liquid nail. It is just going to be the length part of the nail because I do still want to apply them using gel or like the soft gel application method. So I just used a Sharpie. This will easily wipe off with some rubbing alcohol, or you can even buff that off. But it was super helpful just so I had a little guide where my natural nail was going to be. Once I was finished with that, I am now just taking a hand file and I am roughing up the edges of the nail and also the free edge because I'm using gel. So I want to make sure the gel is going to adhere properly to the nail tip. And I am just doing this to the underside on all of the nails. Definitely do not skip out on this step. It is super crucial, very important to buff the sides where you're going to be applying the gel. That way the gel will stay. You can also try like chemically etching the sides as well. I didn't do that, but you could definitely do that, especially if you want the longevity. I felt like with just etching it like this, the gel did adhere really nicely and I didn't have any lifting on the gel. But do keep that in mind if you're going to be wearing these for a really long time. Maybe it would be best to also chemically etch the sides using a primer. Like I said, I didn't do that, but that is something definitely to keep in mind that you could try doing, especially if you try out this method and just etch it with a hand file, and then you have trouble since you're wearing the nail set a lot longer. Maybe the next time you try it out, you could chemically etch as well. Once I was all finished filing, I wanted to remove all of the nail dust. Now this can be very hard, especially because nail dust loves to stick on the nail tips. So just try your best. You could also wipe the nails off with some rubbing alcohol if you would like to do that as well. I just used this small dust brush and it was super helpful just to remove any of the dust particles. I didn't really see any dust in the entirety of the nail set, so I was super happy about that, especially because once I actually made the tank part on the nail, I didn't even clean it out, but I feel like once you add in your glitters, the dust, if there isn't a lot where you can really see it, I'm sure you aren't going to be able to see it in the finished nail look. So now we're moving right into actually building the tank for our nails so we can put the liquid and the glitters in. So I am using a 5-in-1 top coat, I believe this is called. It is a 5-in-1 product, and basically what you want in this product is for it to be non-wipe. At least that's what I would think. That way when you attach it to the nail tip to make your tank and then you apply your oil and your glitters, the glitters don't stick to the sticky layer. You could also clean out your tank as well, so maybe you could use a sticky product or it doesn't have to be non-wipe. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, but I did use a non-wipe product. You can also use a builder gel as well if you don't specifically have this product. But I have a little silicone mat here. This is actually from a my table mat that I used to cover my desk. It was too long, so I was able to cut it and make these little silicone palettes. But I'm using this. I brushed on the gel, I pressed the nail tip down into the uncured gel, and then I'm just giving it a flash cure just to make sure I can hold it in place and make sure the nail tip is pressed into the gel on all sides. When I did put the nail tip down, I made sure that the Sharpie line wasn't overlapping into the gel, if that makes sense. Once I did do the flash cure, I did go ahead and do 2 more nails on this same go around. That way when I put it into the nail lamp, I only had to do a 30-second cure, and when I pulled it back out, 3 nails were already finished. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this part play out because I really feel like I've explained everything that I need to for this specific step in the nail set. Once I do have all 3 nails on this silicone mat, I will do a 30-second cure in my large nail lamp. So here are all 3 nails after they have fully been cured. I am now just lifting up the gel and the nail tips from the silicone mat, which I had no troubles with whatsoever. It lifted up super easily and just so quick. Honestly, it was very satisfying. I'm now just taking a pair of scissors to separate the nail tips. I will also be cutting off the remaining gel, but as of right now, I'm just going to put these back onto my palette and move on to the next couple of nails. I do believe I show all nails besides my thumb, so maybe only one more that I'm showing here. But again, just repeating the same process of applying that gel to the silicone mat, pressing the nail in, making sure where I have that Sharpie line, it doesn't overlap into the gel. I'll hold the nail tip down in place to make sure gel is touching all sides of the nail tip. I'll do my flash cure and then I will pop it into the large lamp for a full 30-second cure. After the nail tip was cured, again, I'm just popping it off from that silicone mat. Like I said, I'll be showing 4 nails. I did end up doing my thumbnail off camera. Once I was finished, I'm now going back in and just cutting off any of the remaining gel. This was also really easy to do, believe it or not, because I filed and etched the sides of the nail tip. The gel really stuck to the nail tip like really, really well. So I was able to get a super close cut, cutting off any of the remaining gel without opening the like tank proportion on the sides. So I was very thankful for that. Honestly, this is a lot easier. At least this method is a lot easier me doing it than I expected it was going to be. I know there are a lot of ways out there on how you can create liquid nails. There are so many different ways that you can do this, but honestly, I'm glad I picked this one because I was having a good time with it. I will definitely be doing liquid nails again. For my birthday set, I actually debated on doing like a spooky Halloween look, but I decided that I would just do a blue nail set since blue is my favorite color. I wanted it to be more focused on a birthday set, and then I will of course be doing this again because I loved it so much. I just loved how the nails turned out, and I will totally be doing a liquid Halloween nail look. Once I did clip off all of the remaining gel on the sides of the nail, I'm actually going in here because the tank is still open on 2 sides, so you need to close one of those sides. You can decide which side you want to close. For the first 2 nails, I will close the free edge of like the side on the free edge, and then for the last 2 nails I do actually close like the top part near the nail bed area. You'll see once the video goes on, but I wanted to try both methods. That way I could just see which one was easier, what worked best for me, and also to be able to show you guys that you can choose whatever end you want to close up first. So I did close up the free edge. I'm using that same 5-in-1 gel. I closed the free edge area, and then I also applied some gel going down on the back side, the tank part of the nail, on the sides to give it a little bit extra strength, and then overlapping a little bit on top. I did a flash cure, and then I popped it into my full nail lamp or my large nail lamp for a full 30-second cure. I pulled out some glitters that I'm going to be using. 2 of them are from Kiara Sky. One is more of an iridescent chunky glitter, and then the next one is just a fine blue iridescent glitter. And then I'll also be using these like mylar blue flakes as well. For my cuticle oil, for my oil, I am just using a cuticle oil because that's what I had on hand. It worked perfectly. So to start off with my tank, I did fill it up with some cuticle oil, and I just checked to make sure nothing was leaking. I didn't have any open areas, and I was good to go. I didn't have an open area this entire nail set. I was going so good, and honestly, I was just so happy with how this was turning out. Even though it was still not the easiest thing to do, it was a lot easier than I expected, but keep in mind it did take me quite a while to do this nail set versus another nail set that I would do on an average day. So for the nail, I did fill it up with a little bit of cuticle oil at first. I've seen people do that before putting in the glitter. I then put in my glitters, and then I will fill it the rest of the way up, leaving a little air bubble so that the glitter can move in the nail. But for this nail, this was my first nail that I did, and I do have to say, I did redo this nail just because I put too much glitter. I got a little too glitter happy and overfilled this one. I don't really have any measurements on how much cuticle oil I applied, how big the bubble was, or how much glitter I really applied into each nail. but this go around for my first attempt, I did apply way too much glitter, and you could barely see it move, or there was you could barely tell that there was liquid in the nails, so I did end up redoing this one. I did redo it off camera though, so I did leave in this first clip. That way you guys could just see that my first time doing this, I did make a couple mistakes, but it's okay because the end result still turned out really nice. Once I did have it filled the rest of the way up with cuticle oil, keep in mind I did leave an air bubble in there. I did seal off the other end. And to do that, I just applied some gel over the opening. I flash cured that, and then I did a full 30-second cure. And here's just how that nail looks. You can see it is crammed packed with glitter. It barely looks like there's any liquid in it. It still turned out really nicely. I totally would have kept it, but I just knew that since I made that mistake, I could do a lot better. So I did end up redoing that nail and just adding the new nail into the nail set. So moving on to the next nail here, this nail will be the same thing. I'm first sealing in the free edge part of the nail and keeping the one closest to the cuticle area open. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this one play out since I did already explain the process of this one. I also do want to mention that when I seal in the free edge part first, it does leave a bigger opening because the opening near the nail bed cuticle area, it is a lot bigger than the opening at the free edge, so keep that in mind. But I did repeat the same process. I added in a little cuticle oil, I added in all 3 glitters, I filled it the rest of the way up with my cuticle oil, leaving an air bubble, and then I sealed off the second opening with the gel again. I did my flash cure, and then I did do a full 30-second cure. And here is that nail, definitely a lot better. I did still make a little mistake with this one. I didn't really leave a big enough air bubble, but I did go ahead and leave that one in the nail set because I didn't think it was something super important where I needed to redo. And I think it still did turn out really nicely, especially compared to the first one that I did. So quickly moving in here, now we're coming to the second nail. All of the footage from this point, previous, was not sped up. I will start speeding it up though once I start applying the glitter into either this one or the next one, just to move the video process along a little bit quicker. But for this one, I did do it differently than the first two. So I sealed in the part near the nail bed or cuticle area first. The second opening would be the free edge, and that is the area that I am now going to be filling. Personally, I felt like this time, doing it this way, made it look a lot cleaner because the gel didn't sink into the tip of the nail, if that makes sense. But it was a lot harder. It took a lot longer because the free edge opening was just super tiny and I couldn't fit anything in. It was just taking forever to try to fit in my glitters and to try to get the cuticle oil in there. So keep that in mind if you try doing this yourself. There's two ways of doing it. Either end you want to seal in. One way can be easier for you. You might personally like this way better, but to be honest, I think I like doing it the other way better. Maybe I could just create a seal before applying the gel. I've seen people do that where they actually take the gel and apply it to like the silicone mat to create their seal, and then they glue that on with gel. I could totally try doing it that way as well. Maybe the next time I do these liquid nails, I'll try like different methods or different ways to do it, since I know I am actually able to get the liquid nail and not have any spillage like cuticle oil or any leaks in the nail. But for this, I really like how these turned out. I think this is a great method, especially if you're scared to try doing liquid aqua nails. Definitely give this method a try. Like I said, that TikTok video, they did use acrylic, so you could even try using acrylic if you personally prefer acrylic versus gel. I'm just more of a gel person. I love using gel, so I did end up using gel, and this went by really easier than I thought it was going to. Like I said, it wasn't super easy. It was still an intricate design, intricate nail set, but I still did have a lot of fun doing this, and I'm so glad that I picked to do these nails for my 20th birthday. Super exciting, and I just loved the way they turned out. I'm just going to go ahead and let the rest of this play out, since I feel like pretty much I've explained everything that I needed to. If you do have any questions though on what I did, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below, because I do know I was very worried to try doing this just because I was worried I wasn't going to be able to get the tank completely sealed. So if you do have any questions, let me know down below. But I really hope that you guys are enjoying today's video. If you are enjoying and haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe. Give the video a like, it really helps me out a lot. And if you're feeling generous, leave a comment below. So here is the full nail set, not completely finished yet, but the tank part, the liquid part of these nails are all finished. Honestly, I think the thumb turned out the best, and I feel like the reason for that is just because there's a bigger space, like there's more liquid, more glitter, and I just feel like it's easier to move because of the bigger space. But either way, it's now time to apply these. So like I said, I kept the top part clear. That way I could apply these using my gel. You could, of course, finish these nails completely, add your gel polish, and then just glue them on with a regular nail glue. But I wanted to create these into liquid Gel X nails just because I thought that would be really fun and easy to do. So I'm just applying these using step number 3, the Builder Gel from Kiara Sky, like I always would, just applying that gel, adhering it to my natural nail, doing my flash cure, repeating the process to all other nails, and then I did do a full 30-second cure. The nails were all applied, and let me just tell you guys, they were a little bit heavy compared to other nails. Of course, they have extra gel on them and liquid inside, but they weren't as heavy as I expected they were going to be. I felt like they were still totally wearable, and I totally could have gotten away with wearing these. Did keep them. I had to take them off because, of course, I have more content to film, like always. But of course, I will not be getting rid of this nail set like all of my other nail sets. I do save all of my nails, especially this one, just because I'm so proud of it. But once I did have all of the nails applied, I did want to do a little bit of cleanup. So I did seal in the cuticle, remove any spillage, and then I also buffed the surface of the nails. To hide the nail bed and the part where it doesn't have any liquid, I am going to be using this Diamond FX gel from Kiara Sky. I didn't catch the name, but it is from their Brights collection, and I will be linking it below in the description box along with all other products that I used. But I am just going to be applying this to the nail bed area and using a cleanup brush just to get a straight line. And I'm just going to do this to all other nails and cure for 30 seconds. After I had my nail bed area covered with that gel polish, I'm now going to be taking my non-wipe top coat. I applied a layer of this to all of the nails. I did the top side, cured for 30 seconds, and then I also applied it to the underside. I didn't record me doing that though, just because it was easier for me to have my hand a little bit closer to my eyes, just so I could see a little bit easier. But I did apply the top coat to the underside as well, just to make sure the tank part was super clear. I could see all of the glitters and everything was crystal clear. So I did do the top, cured for 30 seconds, the underside cured for 30 seconds, and now I'm just touching up here with a little bit of birthday decorations. So I am turning, well, I am 20 because today's my birthday, but I really wanted to put numbers on these nails, a 2 and a 0, but I could not find numbers to save my life. And yes, of course, I could have ordered them, but I did these nails the day before my birthday, so I'm recording this voiceover on Wednesday, and I filmed this nail set on Tuesday, so I didn't have enough time to order the numbers. So I did end up going with BDAY, B-Day, and I just put those letters on the 4 nails, and then on my thumb I did put Libra. It did bother me a little bit that the letters were gold and Libra was silver, but what can you do? I also had to ruin last year's birthday set because I didn't have the letters or Libra. So hopefully for my 21st birthday, I will keep that in mind and get the things that I want, so I don't have to clip these charms off of this nail set, because I want to definitely save this nail set and keep it safe because I do really love it so much and I'm so proud of it. I did apply my cuticle oil though. I applied that to my cuticles to nourish them, and of course, like I always say, top off the nail set. And here is the finished look of these nails. I think they turned out amazing. I am so happy with them, and honestly, they were just so satisfying to look at. I feel like on camera it was very hard to get the glitters to move, but trust me, they did move. I didn't want to take these nails off. I just kept playing with them and moving the glitters all around because I was just so happy. I didn't have any leaks. The glitter moved and I officially tackled the liquid aqua nails. I was so proud of myself. Give the video a like if you enjoyed and if you want to see me do this again, but Halloween version, giving it a little bit more of a spooky look. I totally want to do that video, so definitely give the video a like, even comment below. I'm very excited to do this nail set again, but making it spooky. I really hope that you guys did enjoy watching me create these nails. It was so much fun, and I do have to say that if you have been wanting to try liquid aqua nails, now is your time to do it. I was so afraid to try this nail trend, but I am so glad that I did it. It just makes me so proud of myself, and I am just so happy. Even though it is not the best liquid nail set ever, I am still super happy with myself, and honestly, I thought the nails were going to turn out so bulky and so thick, but really they aren't that bad at all. I could totally wear this nail set. Like I said, they are a little thick, they are a little heavy, but nothing that I couldn't handle. I mean, of course, it's different for everybody. I mean, even the length, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't like wearing these, but you could also do short ones as well. If you want to try something like this, I 100% recommend it. I'm sure you'll be super surprised with yourself. I was. Before I do end out the video, I do want to give a big thank you to anyone who wished me a happy birthday. It really means a lot to me and just makes me feel so good. So thank you to everyone. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.